I love Yu-Gi-Oh! Genesis. Oh, cameraman's smiling right now. I just beat him in the finals, and we came first place at our Yu-Gi-Oh! Genesis tournament today with what is actually just easily my favorite deck in this format. I actually picked it up originally for TCG because I thought it was a really cool deck, and I'm playing it now in Genesis, which is Radiant Typhoon. But my build of Radiant Typhoon is a little bit different than the ones you typically see online. I've looked into different ideas and whatnot, and I thought of something that it's a weird fit, but then when you actually play it in practice, it's absolutely insane. Never bricked with this deck once today. You guys are actually going to see, sorry cameraman, I'm going to do you dirty right now. If you guys want to watch the finals match, it was actually me versus cameraman. You guys are going to see what the end boards look like. The end boards in this deck look insane. Going first and then going second, this deck can inherently play breakers like Droplet and whatnot. And I'm going to talk about that all in the deck profile. I don't know why I'm talking to you guys so much right now, but I do want to give one big shout out. So we're here at Legendary Collectibles, which is my local store. Every single Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. they do Genesis tournaments. It's the only store actually in my city, I think right now, that's doing Genesis tournaments. So if you guys live in the Mississauga, Toronto, GTA, whatever it is, Legendary Collectibles, that's your place. Spanko 5% off all your singles. Let's get into the deck profile. So for my first place deck profile, we're playing 3 Swen, of course. This is more standard, so I'll go through this pretty fast, but Swen essentially searches your spells for your, or traps technically for your Radiant Typhoons. Eldum searches a monster, any monster. Megala, when a Radiant Typhoon or MST is activated, a Radiant Typhoon spell or MST is activated, you can summon one from deck. We're playing 3 Coruscant, or Crosey, whatever it is. This card's not bad. It searches any Radiant Typhoon card, summons itself also when you activate a quick play from hand. It's really, in my opinion, kind of like the worst one. You still need to play 3 because it's consistency for you. The nice thing about all of these, and it's going to become really, really important that you guys are going to notice, specifically these 3, is they all special summon themselves if your opponent controls no back row or you have MST in your graveyard. That's going to be really relevant because going first, you do not need a normal summon. And again, I'll talk about that very, very soon, but it's really important to note all these. Crosey as well, summons itself. The MVP, Phonics, this card is crazy. If a quick play card is activated, summons itself. If a quick play card is activated while it's on the field, target up to 2 cards on the field and then essentially shuffle both. Specifically on your opponent's field, I should say. But it's insane because you trigger it very, very easily in this deck. So setting it up is crazy. Shuffles 2 cards back is really, really good. It's better than destroying or sending in this format, right? So shuffling is really nice. And then one of the Vortex, this is kind of like when you set up your Phonics, we're playing one of this because you kind of get this on the follow-up. How a very easy thing that you can do is like you can go Megala, summon the Phonics in your turn 1, and then turn 2, when you activate a quick play, you can summon the Vortex, which is a monster negate for you. So you have a monster negate here, you have a shuffle 2, and then all of these cards are going to do different things for you depending on what you need. So that's kind of like the monster engine for the Radiant Typhoon. Again, very standard. I see people on 1 Phonics. I'm a big believer in playing 2. I think drawing this card is insane. If you have any one of these names, drawing one of this is insane. So that's why I like to play 2 of these. Also, I found that it actually got banished a few times, and I like having it in rotation, so that's kind of why I want to play 2. Next up is 3 MST. When I originally played this deck, I was only playing 2. I found that 3 is actually insane. Like, you need to be playing these. For 1, you can actually MST your own Radiant Typhoon quick plays just to get the MST effect off, and that's going to be important because they all set themselves. They all have the same effect where if they're destroyed by MST, they can set themselves back, which is nice. But MST is really good in a format like Genesis because getting rid of that 1 to 2 back row that your opponent might have, 1, if you're going second, clears the board so that you're able to then special summon these and not have to use your normal summon. But 2, if you activate MST while these guys are in the graveyard, then you can actually summon these guys back from the graveyard as well, which is nice. So not only do they summon from hand, they also summon from graveyard as well. So MST, I think playing 3 is mandatory. At first, for a long time, I was playing 2. I decided to play 3 today. I do not regret it. Then we're playing 3 Chant. I'm just maxing out on 3 Chant, 3 Vision, 1 Manifestation, and 1 Mandate. This card, honestly, I might actually cut it. It never comes up. Like, the MST negate meme is funny, but it's just not that good. I find that like there's never a reason to search this unless your end boards are really just like MST plus this plus like a really bad end board, but at that point you're losing anyway, in my opinion. So I'm not a huge fan of this. A lot of the times I would actually just use these cards to search MST. Chant, searching a name is always important. The Vision, I'm not gonna lie, I took a couple risks on Vision today and it worked out. When you play so many quick plays, it's hard to like kind of miss on it, but yeah. These are all standard. Like, I wouldn't change up anything here outside of potentially cutting this all together or maybe siding it for when I know I'm going first. But otherwise, like, it's a good card, not necessarily mandatory for this deck. But that's it for the Radiant Typhoon cards. For the supplementary cards here, we are playing 2 Droplet, 2 Book of Moon, 2 Chalice, 1 Called By. These are the quick plays of choice that I'm deciding to play. For context, I think this is 10 points, these are 7 and these are 5, or these are 5 and these are 7. It's one or the other. And then this is 20. So my deck, I believe, is exactly 100 points. I want to put it on screen, but then you guys will just see the deck list and not watch the rest of the video. And I want you guys to watch the rest of the video. But it's exactly 100 points. And I did it this way, and that's kind of why we're playing 2 of everything. You guys might be like, why don't you just play 3 of this and cut Book of Moon, whatever it is. It's going to sound weird. I like 2 of ratios. I think in a format like Genesys, where there's so much wide variety, having answers to different things is really, really important. And that's kind of why I'm playing these. I don't regret it at all. When you'd see one of them, that's all you would really need. I actually think Droplet might be the worst one, funny enough. Although in theory, it's really good. It just honestly comes up the least. So again, still something you can change, but I'm very, very happy with these. And the nice thing about a deck like this one is if the deck continues on 0 points, because all the Radiant Typhoon monsters and cards are 0 points, even if these cards like go up in points, you can just swap them with different quick plays and it'll fulfill the same exact thing. So those are the quick plays. And then this is where people are gonna laugh. 1 Upstart Goblin and 1 Pot of Greed. Yeah, I'm playing Pot of Greed, baby. I had a moment today that actually like, everyone kind of notices. I had a moment today where my opponent broke my board and I was on top deck mode. I top deck Pot of Greed and I was like, all right, either I'm Yami Yugi or I just leave locals today. I went Pot of Greed and I actually ended up getting into my Megala plus Phonics. No, it was Megala plus a quick play or Phonics plus a quick play, whatever it was. But I was able to make a full board again essentially and then just break his board and then set up my own board and then he wasn't able to break it through. So Pot of Greed, Yami Yugi today, guys. This is 30 points right here. This is literally 50 points of the deck. Yeah, man, it is what it is. I like Pot of Greed and I'm a greedy guy. You can definitely swap this. If I'm being 100% honest with you, this is definitely swappable. There was a potential for me to just play 3 Upstart Goblin. You do lose a little bit harder to draw, but this deck already kind of loses to draw, so it doesn't matter. And these are only 3 points, I believe, each, so that you can put more points into your extra deck or whatever it is. I just said Pot of Greed is the play, and I did it, and it was very, very good for me. I used it multiple times today, actually. It wasn't just once. I kept drawing this card. Great card. And then lastly, this is where I think the deck gets insane, and no one is doing this. 3 Ice Spell, 2 Glass Spell, and 1 Snowbell. So I want to talk about why these cards are so good. This is kind of the engine that I decided to go for instead of the Fallen and the Virtuous. Again, I was going to potentially cut this and play 2 Fallen and the Virtuous for more quick plays, but I decided to play this engine. Specifically, I decided to play this engine because when I played Radiant Typhoon a few locals ago, like I've been playing this deck for a little bit. When I've been playing this deck, I've noticed that the only thing it lacks is kind of like a big power button. You know, like Crystal Wing setting up first is insane because it's a monster negate for you and it's 3k attack, so you can help push for game. On top of that, this synergizes really well with the Radiant Typhoon cards because they all are wind, so wind blocking doesn't matter. This is a starter for you, so if you're going first, you can just start this, make Crystal Wing before you do anything else. If you're going second, you start this, and then your opponent will have to kind of answer this, and then you're like, okay, cool, you used your hand traps or whatever disruption you had on this. I'm now going to special summon my Swen or special summon my Eldam, and then go full combo. Additionally, in my finals, actually in game 3, I didn't even open this, I opened Glass Spell, but this was still insane because this is a level 4 tuner. Remember when I talked about the level 3s being important? It's because if you start your combo with these guys, you special summon, whatever you do, and then you go normal Glass Spell. Glass Spell, search your Snowbell, then you can use these 2 into the Winter Bell, like the level 7 one, and then you summon this, and then you make the Crystal Wing. So whether you start with Glass Spell or Ice Spell, you can always get into Crystal Wing with this deck, which is really, really powerful. And I think the deck needed that extra push, and this push has been insane for me. I loved it in testing, and it's insane today at locals. Again, this was probably primarily one of the main reasons why I won locals today. So love this engine so much. Also, the Fallen the Virtuous is a great card, but I needed space for my extra deck that I'm going to go into right now for Slayer targets and some other things that I'll show you guys.
Every card is a decision. Every deck is a statement. Every game is yours to win. That's why we created InfinityPRO, premium sleeves built for players who demand quality. No splits, no clouding, no compromises. With a sleek design, a perfect shuffle feel, and tournament-ready performance, InfinityPRO is made to elevate your game. Perform, play with confidence. Unleash your game.
We're playing 2 Dragon's Gate. This card came out for me once. It was pretty good. Helped me actually OTK an opponent. 1 Totem Bird, very, very important. Always wanted to end on this. Again, I'll probably put the end board on the screen already, but you end on Totem Bird plus Crystal Wing a lot of the time, which is crazy because you have a Spell Trap negate, plus you have a Monster negate, plus you have your Phonics, which is really nice. 1 DD King Darius. Never made this, honestly. It's just a thing that I make if I'm not windlocked, and then I go into this. It just so I don't use my totem bird, essentially. 1 Ashura King, this is the monster negate for you. It takes 3 level 3s though, but I still think it's a really good card to make. 1 of your Clearwing, 1 of your Winter Bell. This is the card that I make a lot, just burn my opponent. Again, burning them doesn't sound like it's a lot, but in a deck that doesn't do a lot of damage, when you're able to burn them for 800, you have a 3k body on your side of the field. It can help you actually win games. This is I love this guy. I will always go into him if I have a chance. We're playing 1 Diamond Bell. Never came up for me. This was just another level 8 option that I had that I was like, you know what, maybe I make it if I don't make Crystal Wing. Honestly, it's never going to come up. 1 Wind Package Agnister. This is actually a Slayer target, but it's a level 7 Wind Synchro Monster that you can actually technically make instead of making this guy. If you need to pop back row, like this helps you pop back row as well. This is just another option for you, but mainly it's just a Slayer target. Another Slayer target is Malong. Then I'm playing Garura and Skull Knight. This is for a board breaker. This is for a draw. 1 Valon for back row hate and 1 Aggregator. Honestly, today these didn't come up too much. I think this guy came up a couple times, but other than that, really the MVPs here are Crystal Wing and Totem Bird. Like, these are the best cards. And I also hate that they gave points to Totem Bird randomly. I think it's 3 now, whatever it is. That's it for the extra deck here. And then lastly, side deck. I really like my side deck today, except for 1 card. So 3 Kaiju, I think this is standard. Spellbound in this deck makes a lot of sense. A lot of the time, you can actually use this card to get a lot of your plays active because you're activating a quick play. But the really cool thing about this is like decks like, you know, Dragon Maid, which I played and whatnot, when they use cards on their side of the field to fusion summon with. So obviously this is a good against that. But again, if it's not good in a situation, you just activate it to activate a quick play. 3 Ultimate Slayer, great card. Wouldn't change this at all. 3 DD Crow. This is also another great card in this format. 100% wouldn't change this. 3 Mischief of the Gnomes. This card didn't come up for me today. Generically, it's an insane card because against all the Synchro decks, against the Ixies decks, these are really important. I played all fusion decks today for some reason. So for my matchups, for example, like my matchups were Dragon Maid, like pure in round 1. Round 2 was Ninja, which is an insane deck, by the way. But again, another fusion deck. And then round 3 was against Draco Tail Dragon Maid. So all fusion decks. But overall, I think Radiant Typhoon is one of the best decks in the Genesis format. The deck performs super well. I think the addition of the Windwitch cards is insane. I know a lot of people want to dedicate their points to the Fallen and the Virtuous, like the Albaz card. That card is great too, but you know, I think it cuts off a lot of circulation in terms of like a lot of points into it, the extra deck. That's kind of why I chose not to play it. It's still a great card. You guys can I'm still testing it out myself, but I think the Windwitch package is kind of mandatory. So with that said, thank you guys all for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. That is my first place Windwitch Radiant Typhoon deck profile, so that is a very long name. But I want to give one more big shout out. Like I said at the beginning of the video, we're at Legendary Collectibles. This is my locals. It's the only locals that I know in my area that is hosting Genesis tournaments. So if you guys are in the area, Mississauga, GTA, Oakville, whatever it is, make sure to check out Legendary. You guys can come here, say hello to me, say hello to the guys. 6:30 p.m. Tuesdays. You already know what it is. Spanko 5% off, legendarycollectibles.com. And yeah, I think that's all the shoutouts I have. Also buy your InfinityPRO sleeves. Link in the description as well. They actually have them at the store. So if you guys want to buy them, you can actually just come to the store here and buy them physically instead of ordering them. Save you guys shipping. Look, bro, I'm doing everything for you guys. Just like, subscribe, watch these videos. You guys are gonna get plugs everywhere. And yeah. I haven't done one of these deck profiles in a while. I don't know how to end it off now. Thank you guys all for watching, I guess. And with that, it's Spanko and Cameraman. And second place. Signing out. Peace. Sorry, I didn't mean to roast you. Peace.
Get up, we want you to get on your feet.